us, we're going to just pick customer and orders. Close this. Let's go ahead and minimize this. You can move things around in here. The nice thing about this, so now just visually this will make a little bit more sense. Again, here is our primary table. You need to have a customer before you can have any orders. Okay, here is their customer ID, which is again their primary key for that table. And then as you add, after you add customers, you hope that they are going to place some orders, and that's why you have the secondary table on the right side, okay, which is the orders table. You do have the primary key on that table, which is, remember, a unique identifier for that table. And then notice that we actually have two different looks like foreign keys. One of them is obviously going back to the customer, and the other one is going to an employee table. And this is how you show the relationship. You have a key on one side and you have infinity symbol on the other side. Okay, so again, this is one to many table, and I'm going to go ahead and close this, and we can save this to come back later. We'll just call it ERD1. Okay, now as far as data, let me just do this. I'm going to go to this first query, and let's just pick we have a company called Around the Horn, and I'm going to copy their customer ID, and let me go ahead and open up a new query just to kind of show you how this works. You could go select from customers where customer ID is equal to this one. Okay. Of course it gave me the error because I'm in the wrong database, so let me try that. Okay, and so now I am able to pull this from the customers table. Now I need to do the same thing. In fact, I'm just going to copy this, and all I'm going to change is the table. Okay, this time I'm going to use orders. So what I'm trying to say here is I would like to know the orders that were placed by this customer. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so now notice that we have 13 orders that were placed by this customer, and you can actually run both of these queries if you want. Let me move this up a little bit here. You can see here is our customer, okay, and here are all the orders, the 13 orders that they placed. Okay, so the point we're trying to get to is basically this one customer ordered all of these records, or orders, I guess. I'm just thinking in terms of database. I'll just call this one to many query. Okay, so that's that. Let's go back to our PowerPoint. I just wanted to show you that basically in SQL Server, so you get a better idea of what we're trying to achieve. The next, the third relationship we have is a many-to-many. Basically, in this type of relationship, a row in table A can have many matching rows in table B, and vice versa. Okay, not as common as a one-to-many table, but definitely does exist. You create, and in order to do this, you basically have to, in order to create such a relationship, you need a third table, which is also known sometimes as a junction table. Basically, what you're trying to do is you will bring in the keys from the other two tables, and essentially the primary key really in this third table consists of the foreign keys from table 1 and table 2. Okay, and we'll show you that in a minute. But basically think of it, let's take an example of a patient and doctor tables. Okay, you know that a patient can be seen by many different doctors during a given period of time. Okay, and then on the flip side, a doctor obviously can see more than one patient during a given time. So a patient can have many doctors and a doctor can have many patients. So this will be considered basically a many-to-many relationship. Now, in order to create this in SQL Server, you need to create a third table. We can call it a patient-doctor table. this will store information from both the tables. So the way you'll do that is you'll bring in the patient ID from this table, and you'll bring in the doctor ID from this table. Okay, and we are definitely going to show you this in a demo. In fact, that is, I believe, the next slide. So let's keep going. We are looking at basically a school database. We have this in SQL Server. So let me show you this. If you expand that, I'm going to minimize the Northwind database. We already have a school database in here. So if you look at what we're trying to do, basically in the last video that we covered on essentially creating a database and creating a table, when we were talking about the create table statement, we did create the following tables. We have a students table, and we populated it with student data, and we also have the teachers table, and we populated it with teacher data. So let me show you that first. I'm going to expand the tables. Okay, and let's go ahead and look at the teachers. And for now, we really have only 2 teachers in here, but you can see here's the primary key, which is teacher ID, last name, first name, gender code, date of birth, social security, related information to that teacher. And then if we look at the students table, it's going to be very similar as far as the schema or the structure, but now notice that we are using a student ID as the primary key, last name, first name, gender, social security, race, address information, city, state, and then email. Okay, the important thing to notice is that we have primary key in here. You can obviously expand the table and look at the different fields in the Object Explorer too. We do not have any foreign keys in here. Okay, and we same thing in teachers. We do not have any I believe foreign keys in here. Okay, we just basically have primary key, which is defined on both tables. Okay, so that's what we currently already have. Okay.